Okay, looks like we're up and running. Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. Welcome to a new game today. This is a new game that's been recently released. I believe about 4 or 5 days ago was the official release, although it was in early release form for quite a while before that, as I understand it. This is a new, kind of a mashup of a couple different genres game called Dungeon of the Endless. It's kind of a combination of a roguelike game in the sense that every time you die it's permadeath and you have to start back over again from the beginning every time you play. But it also involves some elements of sort of like tactical combat and some strategy and even tower defense, which is kind of a weird mix-up. And I'm not sure it all comes together perfectly, but it is a pretty interesting game. I downloaded this last night and played a little bit with it. I did one game for maybe like 15 minutes to try to figure out what the controls did and a little bit about what you're actually doing in this game. And then I did another game, like a full-length game, and I did win my first playthrough. It's supposed to be a pretty hard game, and it is challenging, but it maybe not quite as difficult as some people have made it out. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to mention right away that I do have my laptop open here with the chat screen open. I can't put the chat on the screen because this game runs in an obnoxiously large resolution. It actually takes up my entire desktop monitor in order to run this game. And maybe I can play with the settings down the road, but it's pretty unwieldy, to be perfectly honest. I can't get both the chat and the screen on the broadcast software at the same time. So anyway, we'll go ahead and click the new game, and we'll go ahead and get started from there. There's a very basic introductory cinematic for this one. That lasts like 15 seconds or something, and then you get the chance to pick some different starting options. Okay. So, the default starting option is the escape pod. This is the generic starting one. You can apparently unlock some other ones. Because I beat the game, I now have this one, the Infirmary Pod, and there's a couple of other ones as well. The Armory Pod and the Drill Pod, which is like their endless mode. And this one, the Sanitary Pod, which is supposed to be like the hard mode. But anyway, this is the default one. One of the interesting things is there are only 2 difficulties in this game. 2 easy and easy. This is like a joke on the part of the developers because this game is quite difficult and the only options are 2 easy and easy. So we're going to play on 2 easy, the easier of the simpler, the more basic of the 2 difficulties. I don't want to just keep saying the word easy here over and over again. And that's because I have played really exactly 1 game of this so far, and it'll probably go better that way. Once I get more of a feel for this, we'll go with the other difficulty. Anyway, so you have these different characters that you use in the game, and you can see the list of them down here, and they have various different information. Normally I would probably just go with random hero, but I think I'm going to go ahead and pick from the starting ones here. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and pick this character, Sarah Numas, just because she was in my former playthrough, and she died on like the very last floor when I played this before. Yeah, she like died on the very last floor, and I felt kind of guilty, so hopefully I can try to get her through this. Yeah, see it says number of hero deaths right there, and then this is number of victories, so she didn't make it. Anyway, she is actually generally considered to be one of the weaker heroes in this game, as I understand it. Her big thing is she is incredibly fast, really, really fast, but she doesn't do that much damage, and she doesn't have that much health, and she uses a sword, so she's melee, which means she is one of the most likely characters in the game to die, but we'll see if we can work around that. And then this guy, I haven't gotten a chance to use this guy before, Max O'Kane. Well, I guess technically I did in that like 15-minute game I did, just to test it out. But this guy is just kind of like a well-rounded character. You can see he's pretty well-rounded. He is supposed to get a bonus when you open the doors. So like basically he gets a bonus in terms of getting stuff, some of the various resources in the game, and I want a chance to test around with that. See how it says he's always looking to profit, get extra loot, take one more object, blah blah blah. So let's go ahead and start. We'll go with these 2. You can have up to 4 heroes, and we should be able to find 2 more. We'll see what we manage to turn up along the way. Obviously this game has a lot of random elements to it. It's a randomly generated dungeon each time, and etc, etc. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about how you play this game for starters, like how this game actually functions. So the first thing to mention is there's this thing called the crystal, and the crystal provides power. There's a crystal on every floor. You have to carry the crystal to the next floor. See how it says floor 1 down here? The goal is to get through 12 floors in order to beat the game, and every floor has harder enemies in it, that sort of thing. So blah blah blah. Kind of similar to FTO in that respect. So anyway, you have to protect this crystal. If the crystal gets destroyed, you lose the game, and the crystal powers stuff. So everything has to be focused around the crystal. Now, the game has 4 basic resources up here. You can see them on the tab. First one is industry. This lets you build stuff. So industry is important. You need to build stuff. I'll talk more about that. Science, the next thing. Science researches stuff. Use it to unlock better stuff as the game goes on. So this is like your tech, basically. Science is probably the least important of the resources, strangely enough. A little bit different than like a Civ game or something. But yeah, science is probably your least important resource, although it is important. Then you have food. Food is a very bizarre name. I understand that the company that makes this game is the same company that made Endless Space and Endless Legend. They're a space-based strategy game, and they're like civilization strategy game. So they use food as this resource. It doesn't really make sense to be called food. What this really is like your experience points, basically. You use it to level up your heroes is the main thing. You can also use it to heal them, but the main thing is to level them up. So they have levels. You can open up their little bios, and you can see level up is 30 food, and you can actually see... By the way, the tooltip help in this game is pretty nice. Tooltip game is quite nice. Tooltip help... stumbling over myself here. Tooltip help is very nice in this game, so you can see what you'll get when you level up. And as you can see, the heroes get quite a bit when they level up. More health. The health is really big because they are super fragile when the game starts out. More health, more defense, more DPS, and different heroes, of course, lean towards different stuff. So, for example, this guy, Max, gets more health. I think he gets more defense, too. No, they get the same amount of defense. But anyway, Sarah's big thing is her speed. She is incredibly fast, and movement speed is very helpful. Alright, so anyway, food is really important because you need it to level up your characters. I've already watched a couple people playing this game on YouTube, and by far... Okay, so there's like 2 big things I've seen that are problems. Number 1, people really don't understand the in-game economy, and they don't use the in-game economy correctly. I've seen a lot of mistakes with that. Number 2, people don't level up their heroes fast enough. It's extremely important to level up your characters quickly because they get so many stats and they actually get extra abilities too. And then number 3, people just don't do the tactical side of the game very well. I'm not pretending I'm an expert on this because I played this game for, less than 1 day, but I did win on my very first true playthrough, so I think I was able to figure some things out. So anyway, food is kind of like your experience, basically. Then there's this thing called dust is your other resource, and dust is another just bizarre name. Dust is like your power, basically. You need it to power rooms, you need it to power modules. Dust is like your energy or your power, basically, and dust is super important. You need it to light up rooms, and anyway, we'll get to that. So anyway, all of the combat in this game is hands-off. You don't control the combat, your characters just fight automatically, which I kind of like because it makes it a strategy game. If this were a game where you could like control your characters in battle, then it would become like an action game, which would still be fine, don't get me wrong, but it would just be a very different kind of game. So anyway, it's all kind of abstracted. You put your characters in a position to fight, and then they fight automatically. But they do have certain abilities you can use, like this one, Run Away, gives Sarah extra speed. It gives her a big speed boost, and Max is he gets an active skill, but he's level 1, so he doesn't have it yet. Then they have passive skills too. Like look at this. This one gets passive attack bar bonus, and oh wow, that's actually a really nice bonus. So let me talk a little bit about these things called turns. You might notice stuff like this. Like it says +2 science by turn, and where is Sarah's ability? Her active ability is Run Away. Like you can use this, but then it has a cooldown of 2 turns. Like after you use this, you can't use it again for 2 more turns. So. What is a turn? Well, basically, every single time you open a door, and by the way, there's a really nice mini-map that I'm going to be using all the time, which you can use by scrolling out on the mouse wheel here. Anytime you touch a door, anytime you open a door, that's a turn. So, every time you open a door, that's a turn. Every time you open a door, there's a chance to find more stuff. Every time you open a door, there's a chance to fight monsters. In other words, a door is like a beacon in FTL. Like, you know, in Faster Than Light, you go to a new beacon. That's like opening a door in this game. Each door is like a new beacon. So that's pretty much how the game works. Now, Max actually gets some benefits for being the one to open the door. That's like one of his abilities is he gets more from opening doors. So we'll try to have Max open all the doors in this game. So anyway, that's about the basics. Oh, one other thing I'll mention. See these little counters up here? So like right now I have 26 industry, 14 science, blah, blah, blah. The little plus is how much you get every time you open a door. Like, see how you get more every time you open a door? So these numbers here are critically important. This is how the in-game economy works. You want to boost these numbers ASAP so that every time you open a door, you're getting more resources. That is, I can't stress this enough. This is like 50% of the gameplay right here is managing these resources. So you want to boost them ASAP. So anyway, let's have Max open the first door and get started here. So he'll open the door. You can see we get 856. Let's see what's inside. All right, we got monsters in here. So very simple. They fight and they kill the monster. Here's another little thing. Every time you, at the end of every turn, every time you kill the monsters, you get healed back to full. So you always go right back to full health after each little battle. So that's kind of interesting too. All right, so we got a new room here. If you look on the minimap, you can see we now explored 2 rooms. There's 2 doors that go out of here. What we want to do is we want to provide power to this room. You can see dust is your power, as I mentioned. Every room to light it up and provide power costs 10 dust. The way you do this is you actually click the scroll wheel on your mouse button. I think there's another hotkey for it, but yeah, you click the scroll wheel on the mouse button. So now the room is powered. Powered rooms are important because powered rooms monsters can't spawn in. Any room that's unpowered, monsters can spawn in anytime you open a door. They might spawn there, they might not. It's random, but any room that's unpowered can spawn monsters. So we definitely want to power this. Now, here's where the other in-game economy part comes down. See this little blinky thing in the middle of the map? This is called a module, and what it means is you can put down one of these thingamajigs right here. So you can put a science creator down, adds 3 science per turn. Industry creator adds more industry per turn. Or a food replicator adds more food per turn. So you can boost these numbers up here on the top of the screen. There's also these little doodads here. I think there's like 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them in this room. These are minor modules. I think they're officially called minor modules. And you can put little towers on them. This is the tower defense part of the game. I can put down these little thingies that'll shoot at monsters who come through. And you can see there's a cost. It costs 3 production to do that. Or industry, I think it's called. 3 industry to do that. So here's the tower defense part of the game. You can set up rooms as like traps for monsters to run through. And once you put down the generator thingamajigs, you have to protect them because monsters can kill them. So it becomes a strategy game where you have to like protect various different things, and it actually creates some pretty interesting gameplay as it goes along. Anyway, so what I want to do is I'm going to put down an industry generator first. This is really important because you need industry, obviously, to put down the modules. You need the industry to put these things down. So starting with an industry or even 2 industry generators is typically pretty good on a level. You want to make use of these things. You want to use these modules. I have seen a couple people on live stream and on YouTube just like willy-nilly walking through. Anytime you see one of these, you pretty much want to put some kind of module down because they boost your stats, and that's really, really important. Generally, the key thing is boost industry first, then go for food. You'll see. You really don't need more than 1 or 2 industry modules typically early on, but food, you can't really go too wrong with food because food is XP and you want food. So anyway, that's the first room down. Let's keep exploring. I'll have Max check the door, and then the 2 of them can go together, head in here. All right, cool. All right, this is good. This is good. So we checked out down here, we found a self-powered room. This room is powered in and of itself. I don't have to provide power with dust. And even better, there's another module in here. Awesome. So, let's toss down another industry generator. So now I'm at 14 industry per turn. And now I'll be able to keep tossing down more of these. Now, granted, the cost of each module goes up with each turn, but with 2 industry ones, I'll be able to toss them down very quickly. So, that's the start. Anyway, I'm sorry I haven't had a chance. Again, for people who missed the beginning of the stream, I do have my stream chat open. The problem is Endless Legend occupies a massive screen resolution, and I can't, right now I couldn't seem to get the chat and the actual screen on the live stream at once. I could get one or the other, and it's better to have the gameplay. So anyway, hi guys. Hi Archie, David, Westbrook, Nakira, Gorilla. Good to have you. And yes, it is the same people who made Endless Space. They use like the same resource system. All right, so once again, let's grab Max, have him open up the door. grab the two of them and have them go check out this next room together. Alright, more monsters in here. Again, early in the game they should be able to handle this, no problems. Alright, and their health goes back to full after each combat cycle. So, we'll spread power to this room as well. Look, there's another module here. Unfortunately, I can't put something down just yet. We're going to have to explore another room or two, but I should be able to drop down some food replicators after I explore a little bit more. When you first start out, there's typically around 12 or 13 rooms at the start, and then the dungeon gets bigger on each floor. So anyway, once again, I'll have Max be the one to open the door, and then the two of them will go check this out, whatever it is, over here. Oh, we found an item. Okay, so obviously there's items in this game. We have gotten something called Crutchy, so you can open up the inventory and see what this is. Adds to speed, adds to attack power. This is a spear-type weapon, and I don't think either of my characters can equip that. No, see, Sarah uses swords, and Max uses guns, so now neither one of them can use this. What I'm going to do right now is note that it's only 25 food to get a level up. I'm going to level up Max immediately right now. There's not much need to save the food here. The other big thing you do with food is you can heal your characters in mid-battle, but note that it's not that expensive. It's only 3 food to do that, so it's better to level him up right away and start getting those stats into place immediately. So, level him up, and now he gains an active skill. You can highlight that and see what it does. Verbal Abuse, this is a really nice skill. Verbal Abuse is really nice. Let's see. Adds to attack power and defense for all heroes in room. It's quite nice. Quite nice. Alright, let me see if I can adjust the suggestion to turn down the music. Let me turn that down just a little bit then. Let's try that. Okay. Let me know if it's still a little bit loud. Again, it always can sound a little bit different on the stream. Alright, so here we go. Now we've got an empty room over here. See, I can't spread power to this room. See, because I don't have enough of this dust resource. I'd also like to build a food generator here, but I don't have quite enough industry yet. But one more room should get it for me. So let's have we'll have Max open the door, and we'll have him see what's inside. This is another self-powered room. Nice. Okay, another self-powered room. So here's another little tidbit. If there's a character standing in an unpowered room, it will not spawn monsters. So if Sarah stands in here, this room can't spawn monsters, which is quite nice again. Anyway, the big thing is I have enough industry now to power another module. So let's slap one down, and as I've already said, I want to get food up and running, so let's do that. Now food goes up to +9 per turn. That's quite good. And we can go from there. Let's see. So do I want to keep going down this path? I actually don't think I do right now, just because I'd have to spread power twice to get to another module. There's a good chance there's a module behind one of these doors. So let's do this. We'll have Sarah stand in this room so it can't spawn monsters, and we'll have Max open this door. Oh, whoops! Actually, I moved her out of that room too fast. By the way, you can pause the game. What did we find? Oh, we found some industry. That's nice. And good. Alright, so we found some dust. That means I can power another room. So I'm going to power this one. And I found some industry. Do I have enough to toss down another food replicator? No. It's 35, but I can do that after the next turn. So I'm going to need one more turn to do that. Alright. Max, open this door. Now look, notice we get those gained resources up there. And we found more industry. Wow, nice. Otherwise an empty room now. Yeah, you can find random loot in the dungeon too. Okay, so now I have enough to put down another replicator. I'm going to toss down a food replicator because food is more important than science right now. Plus, remember, what's his name? Max gives us a passive bonus to science every turn anyway. So I don't need science is not quite as pressing of a concern. I haven't even found the thing that gives you science yet. But anyway, note that I have significantly increased the food. It's gone now. It was what, +3 initially. Now it's +12. That's obviously doubled. So we've got the in-game economy starting to roll, and now I have enough food that I can level up Sarah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and level up Sarah. Why not? That doesn't leave me with a ton of food in inventory, but I can get her to level 2. So all her stats go up, and she gained a passive skill, which is what's this? Passive 10% bonus when grouped with people that she trusts. Whatever. I don't know how you affect the trust thing or whatever. Alrighty. So what can we do? We can open a couple different doors right now. I still haven't found another module. There might be one behind this door, so let's look for another module behind this door. I'm actually not too worried about the monsters on this floor. There could be monsters spawning in this door, but we'll deal with them when the time comes. Alright, what did we find? Ah, we found an artifact. Yes, and okay, so we did get a wave. So monsters just spawned in that room. So let's send these two together to go fight them. They should be, now that they're both level 2, they should be able to deal with these monsters very easily. Note that Sarah is a bit of a glass cannon, but she still handled them without too much trouble. Alright, so we found an artifact. This is something else new. You can go check it out. This is where you do your research in this game. So note that you spend science to unlock stuff, basically. Let me look at these. So there's a couple of the little ones. This one, blah blah blah, increases the defense of heroes in the room. That's not bad. This one deals damage. This is a claymore mine. Does high damage to enemies in the room, which is pretty nice. This one poisons them, deals poison damage over time. And this one is one of the economic ones. Industry Generator 2 adds 4 industry per turn instead of 3. That's really good, and we have enough science to get it, so we'll go straight for that immediately. Alright, that's a good first research. Okay, well, unfortunately I'm going to have to pick some direction to go. None of these are directions I particularly want. Yeah, I was a little bit unlucky in terms of the layout of the dungeon, but whatever. Which way do I want to go? This way has a self-powered room, so we might as well head over there. Alright. I'll have Sarah stand there, have Max open the door. We'll probably get some monsters coming. We might get some monsters from over here, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. Alright. Let's see, what have we got? We found a new item. Alright, okay. It's useful to scroll out on the mini-map to see where the monsters are coming. See, like, I scrolled out and paused, and indeed, here comes the monsters from the 2 rooms I didn't power. So the 2 of them, move them back here to defend together. And look, this guy's actually attacking my crystal over there, but we'll get to him in a second. Alright. Stop that guy from destroying my food crystal. Some of the monsters some of the monsters will ignore your modules. Some of them will go right after them. Now, what was over there? Oh, there was an item over there. I'll go check it out. So I'm actually kind of low on dust on this floor. Sometimes you get more than on other floors. I actually can't power very many of these rooms at all. Foozy. That's a machine gun. I actually don't know if anyone can use that either. Sarah can't use that. Max, yeah, see, Max is a gun, but this is a machine gun, so he actually can't use it. So hopefully I can probably just sell them at some point. Yeah, okay. What do we want to do here? Alright, I'll do this. I'll have Sarah stand over here, because she's really fast and she can run. This will make sure no monsters spawn right next to that crystal that's already taken some damage. I'll have Max open this door. Let's see what we find. Dust and monsters. Dust and monsters. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anyone else. It doesn't look like there's any other monsters spawning. No, wait, yes they did. They just... Oh! They just spawned the instant I moved Sarah out of the room. I moved her out of the room too fast. That's my bad. Alright. Max, get back here. Sarah, protect that crystal. Max, get back here. Now they're going into this crystal. Oh, and by the way, this one thingy did leak through, but we should be fine. It won't deal that much damage. It's still early in the game. Alright, get down here. Get down here and protect the crystal. Yeah, your crystal is being attacked. Now would be a good time to panic. I do like that dialogue option. Alright, so that worked okay. The big problem was I moved Sarah out a little bit early. Alright, so here's where the strategy, another part where the strategy starts to come in. See, now I've got more dust. What room do I want to power, is like the question. Well, what I'd like to do is power another room where I can put one of these crystals down. See, I've actually got industry that I can't spend, because there's no other place to put down one of these crystal things. There's one right there, but I have to be able to get over there. So I still need more dust, unfortunately. Alright, so hopefully I'm still trying to power over this way. Fortunately, that crystal looks like it went back. Let's see. What else can we do? I'm trying to think about this. Well, this is fortunately a dead end. Oh, there's two. Okay, I see. So what we're going to want to do is run power over here, basically. Because there's two modules I can use, but I have to run power over there. Like, I can actually remove power from here and shift it over here, but then the crystal gets depowered. See, I lose that food bonus, so there's no real point in doing that. Alrighty, so we just need some more dust so I can power these rooms. That's the main thing. Alrighty. Put Sarah over here, Max over here. And we'll open up this door. Here's another dead end, so. Okay, we found monsters there. Any more monsters coming out? Don't appear to be any other monsters coming out, so. Get over here. Actually, there's no reason to fight one at a time. Join up. No, Sarah, you two fight together right here. We should be okay. Yeah, I've been a little unlucky that I haven't been able to power very many rooms on this floor. And I haven't been able to get more of these crystals in play. Just because the layout doesn't really allow it. Oh well. As I said, there is some luck, quite a bit of luck to this. Anyway, the industry generator finished. Let me see if there's anything else I want to research. Food replicator is probably worth saving for, in all honesty. These are just the little mini guns that little tower defense stuff you can set up. Alright, so where's stuff I actually have to defend? Over here, alright. Alright, so I'll have Max open this door. Hopefully I can find some more dust, would be nice. There we go, there's some more dust. Unfortunately the level's almost over. Alright, so we just had a spawn too. And industry. Alright, you two get back here. Should be okay. It's just a couple waves coming in. Just to be safe, let's use Max's Herbal Abuse ability. Give them a big bonus to attack and defense. So killing monsters can drop dust when they're killed too. Alright, there we go. So now that goes on cooldown for 3 turns. But anyway, but now I have power, and that's the main thing. I can actually power stuff. So I'm going to power this over here. And I can throw down some kind of crystal. Because I have plenty of production. Like, industry is not an issue right now. Let's see, what do I want? Science or food? Probably still food, in all honesty. Well, no, then again, by percentage, science would increase by quite a bit. 5 to 8 is a much bigger increase than 12 to 15, so yeah. And I do want that food replicator to be able to research that, so do that. I also should have enough to upgrade these guys, or one of them. Let's get Max to level 3. Because why not? Got plenty of food. So yeah, he gets more. He didn't get any skills that time, but still pretty good. Okay. Now the only thing is, now I do have to worry about defending this, which could be a little bit of an issue, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. Hopefully, I'm just going to have Sarah stand over here and hope that nothing spawns there, although it probably will. It probably will. Yeah, I mean, in general, if the monsters are easy, you would prefer to fight them. But in general, you kind of want to open every door anyway, because it gives you a chance to gain these resources, you know? So you pretty much want to open every door anyway. Found more dust. Okay, so I can light up that room now, which is good. So I can light up that room, I don't have to worry about monsters coming from that direction. Oh, and I can also... Wow, okay, so because it's in windowed mode, I can't scroll down. It's kind of annoying. I can also put up another food replicator there. That'll be the last one I put up in this dungeon. Alright, let's see if more monsters come out anywhere. Yes, here they come. Alright. See if they go after that crystal. No. Some monsters attack your stuff you've put down, some don't. I haven't figured out which ones. I don't know the monsters well enough to know which ones will and which ones won't at this point. But yeah, you can see we're fine. Alright, nice. Alrighty, good. So what was in here? There was something else in here. Anyway, but like, notice how I've got my setup done. I've got 2 industry modules, I've got 2 food ones, science, a 3rd food one. Like, it's super important to use these modules. Like, if you're not using them, then you're gonna fall behind really, really fast in this game. We just found some science. Oh, does that give us enough to research the food upgrade? Yes, awesome, just enough, cool. That's really good. Food replica, going from anything that increases your food generation is very good. Okay, so Sarah can go back here, stand in this room, have Max open the door. This should be close to the end of this level, by the way. This is about as big as the first floor looks to be. Let's see what's in here. Okay, more monsters. Looks like it was just that wave, though. Nothing else. Not a big wave, just these monsters. Okay, so that was relatively easy. Alright, now I do have enough dust to power another room. I wish I could power, wish I could get another well, no, it's probably too late in the level to put down another module. Let's just power this room so I don't have to worry about... I get a little bit of a buffer before reaching. Harder for the monsters to get here, basically. Alright. So you know the drill by now. Oh, I also think I have enough food to upgrade Sarah, by the way, to level 3. Because it's only 41, and I have 58. Plus I'll get even more. So let's open that up. And now she's got a new skill. Repair. Can repair damaged modules. Excellent. So, Sarah, go fix these modules that are damaged. So, like, she can fix this, which is quite nice. Harder for the monsters to destroy it. Alright, good stuff. Okay, let's open this and see what we find. That's the last door. Okay, that's okay, so that's the exit. The exit never seems to have any monsters in it. So now finally I get more dust, but it's too late to matter. You know, I can light up another room, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so here comes the ending part of the game, ending part of each level. At the end of each level, you have to pick up and carry the crystal and run it to the exit. And this can be quite dangerous because as soon as you pick it up, monsters will start spawning constantly in any room that's not lit up. However, you can minimize the danger by getting as much dust as possible. So let's transfer power over to rooms by the exit. And I need to pull power away from one more room. Oh, that's a auto-powered room. That room too? Need to depower one of these rooms then. Let's do that. That's awkward. I would love to depower that. This room is where it's going to be the biggest issue. Alright, so anyway, someone has to pick up the crystal and carry it. Whoever carries it is much slower than normal. This is another place where Sarah is very useful because she has such ridiculous speed. Speed 48. It's crazy. You can't use her active run speed, though. I've tried and it doesn't work with her. So anyway, let's have her pick up the crystal. That's the little option. Pick it up. Alright, so now she's got to run to the exit. Go! Oh, she is fast. So note that monsters can only spawn in depowered rooms. They seem to be spawning over there. Alright, it looks like we're going to make it out with absolutely no problems, as I hoped. Yeah, Sarah is really fast with the crystal. Like, if you only have slow characters, this can be a really, really dangerous escape sequence. It's like, here they come, but made it to the exit in plenty of time, and then, of course, you just click on the bright green glow thingy, and you're out. So there you go, that's what a floor looks like. That's floor 1 out of 12. I actually think this game's a little too lengthy, to be perfectly honest. I feel like it would be better with 10 floors, in all honesty. I feel like 10 floors would be better. I used to hate elevators. Now I love them. They don't try to eat me. Next floor.